Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I just finished watching Fallout Season 2, Episode 1. Um, I liked it. Um, I wish it was a bit more going on. By that I mean I wish there was a bit more, stuff. Whereas it was a lot of political intrigue and manipulation going on in universe, in my opinion. Um, for those of you that might think that my view is that it's not political, it is very political. It's just the politics is not the type of politics that exists now. It is an alternate timeline, alternate universe, alternate politics. It's not based on the politics we have now. It's essentially the world is based on the political structure of the Cold War, right? It was the Soviets and the communists and China, right, against the entire West, especially in the US. Um, so, so yeah, it has its political elements, but the thing is, you can't say, do you not think it's political? Because you're not looking at it through the same lens that I am. For say, I'm looking at it through um, a lens that has decided that I want to watch anime because I feel that there's too much modern day political messaging involved in entertainment. You can't argue with that. That's the absolute truth. And I don't mean to offend anyone or upset anyone, but that is how I feel. But how I feel doesn't mean that the show is a bad show. I mean, I really enjoyed the show. Season 1 I thought was a very phenomenal show. Whereas, a second season was outstanding when it was announced. But season 1, I think season 1 was different in a way because it's centered on a smaller group of people, whereas this one is spread out across a large group, um, which can make or break the show for the season. Does that make sense? Because if they go off in four directions and they don't do it properly, it can get confusing and overwhelming at the same time. So I'm hoping that we get more of Lucy, because obviously Lucy is a major part of the story, and she's going to have a big role to play. I hope. But, you know, that's my bias. I like Lucy. Ella Purnell is an outstanding actor. I really enjoy her work. She recently done a show called Sweet Pea, and I think Sweet Pea has a season 2 coming soon. But being on the BBC on terrestrial TV, I can't actually watch it. I watched season 1, but I can't watch season 2 because I do not have a TV license, and I'm not going to pay for the BBC to keep throwing crap at us essentially. But she has a broad style of acting. I mean, she can. I mean, in Sweet Pea, she was essentially a blooming serial killer. She was outstanding in it. She was also in Yellow Jackets. I haven't watched that show that much, but during the time of the height of the political messaging era, like Yellow Jackets came out, a group of women survive a plane crash or whatever. Yeah, I'm not interested in something like that that comes from the period of the height of political messaging. Political messaging is coming down now, and I think we're seeing that in Fallout. I'm not saying it isn't there. Clearly, it is there, but it's more subtle and understandable. Um, but it's a different universe. It's a different timeline, so it makes sense. Um, but I mean, I've said before. I mean, I've been watching a lot of anime lately because I've been escaping all of the political stuff that's been going on. Because obviously, being in the UK, I don't know if you're aware, but there's a lot of political stuff going on in the UK, and I'm trying to stay away from it as much as possible. So I'm watching a lot of fantasy anime. I I'm really enjoying it. Like recently, I started watching. Let me just get the title up. I've been watching My Status as an Assassin obviously exceeds the heroes. It's a fairly new show on is it Crunchyroll, I think it's Crunchyroll. Yeah, it's Crunchyroll, I think, on, but I'm subscribed to that through Amazon Prime, which is good. And it's a good show. But that's my way of escaping. Because a lot of the stuff that we watch, have been watching over many years, Star Trek, Star Wars, and stuff like that, it's all had its in your face political messaging. I'm glad to see that we're moving away from that now. And Fallout for me is kind of, well, interesting. It's moving. I feel myself. It's moving away from that, which is showing the decline in the political messaging type era. It's showing that we're coming out of it. I hope. I mean, I'm gonna crossing my fingers. I'm hoping we're moving away from that aspect of in entertainment. In real life, you know, it's different. But in entertainment, throwing things in our faces is it's not good, and that's partly why I believe that many shows that have been made over the last 10 years or so have failed so drastically. But Fallout, I am hoping will carry on. I'm hoping that we do get up to 5 seasons. I mean, that would be great. But there are not that many shows that manage to move to a 5 season run. And I don't know. It's not often we see it on streaming services. I mean, Amazon. I think they very rarely go beyond 2 or 3 seasons. Um, I mean, look at what they've done with House of the Dragon. I mean, they've accelerated the story. They've accelerated it. They've moved it. They've progressed it forward a dramatic amount. It was supposed to have, if I remember rightly, it was supposed to be like Game of Thrones. It was supposed to lead up to one final battle, if I remember rightly. But they sped it up, and so the next season is going to be essentially the main. Um, I'm going to predict climax for the show. Um, but it's got its spin-offs as well. You know, we've got the Night of the Seven Kingdoms coming out, um, which is cool. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing that. What's that? Is it January? I think that's January. Uh, which looks good. But I'm just hoping that they don't screw up because I think I said it in this video. I've been rambling on a bit, but I'm going to try and finish this short soon. But the thing that I see that they're doing with season 2 of Fallout is they're splitting off in 4 directions. Now, how they handle that, because obviously they're splitting off into 4 directions. Are they and then what? They're gonna intersect at certain points, so each story might intersect with the other at certain point in the season. Maybe. Maybe. Sorry, I was trying to hold back a yawn there. It is like 3:45 in the morning for me. So it's early. Um, but yeah, I think it's worth watching, but at the same time, it was a little slow. It was a little slow, and there wasn't enough Lucy, especially considering that all through season 1, Lucy's the main character, and she's one of the first 2 characters you see in this show after the credits, after the opening sequence. She's one of the 2 main characters that we see. But I'm hoping that they're not moving away from Lucy, because that's a suspicion that I've had since since we didn't get a lot of her. So all the build up from season 1, I'm not sure how. how they're going to work that through. Because, I mean, obviously, she went through a lot in season one. She started her hero journey in season one. Essentially, I'm saying that story-wise. Story-wise, she is on the hero's journey. And she's moving on. But with this season, with this pilot for the first episode of season two, the pilot episode of season two, it seems like they've changed the direction slightly. I'm not saying they have, but it seems like they have. And I would prefer it if they stuck similar to it. I mean, when I was growing up, I was watching shows a lot of shows. And the thing I know from I remember from those shows is you had one major main character. Now that main character had something happen early on to begin their hero's journey. Like they wanted revenge, or they were looking to find someone who disappeared, something like along those lines. Then they move along the story. Now that's what I thought they were doing with Lucy, because it's what they would do, right? So when you say, I don't know, put the main character from season one to the side, are you not risking everything for what exactly? I mean, you're giving us 4 different storylines in one show, in one season. Now, growing up, in shows that I would have been watching, they might have multiple, stories over each season, over multiple seasons. So if you had 4 story ideas, you would split them up. So you'd have, each idea would be the story for one season, and the hero had to work through it. But for this first episode of season 2, I mean, I can't see where they're going, because like I said, I mean, there's 4 different routes. It's a little confusing. It's going to be interesting to see what they do next week. But I think next week the release time is different. So it was 2 a.m. tonight for the release in the UK. And I think next week they're starting the later release. So it's going to be 8 a.m. So it's going to be 8 in the morning, which is going to be a shame. So, yeah. Don't get me wrong. It was good. There was no real enjoyment aspect. There was a little, but there was not a huge amount. Because there were multiple times where they would fade into black to move on to another character or story arc, and every time it faded black, it was like, oh, is this going to be where the credits are going to roll? Because I had no sense of the passage of time, so I didn't realise that it'd only been half an hour, thinking that the credits were going to roll. Because they just had a sudden, fade to black cut. I think that's lazy, if you ask me. It's like, it makes sense if your next scene is going. Excuse me. Excuse me. I need a drink. That's why it's really early. I wanted to do this video whilst it's all fresh in my mind. But I mean, if you're going to cut into a scene where it's black, I mean, I feel that it's better if you have like a door opening. So it can be black, and then a door opens to reveal the next scene or stuff like that. So yeah, it was kind of annoying having all those black cut scenes, just fading cuts. It was kind of ridiculous, in my view. But people make mistakes. But that doesn't mean it's a bad show. Great shows can have bad episodes. Now, I'm not saying that this is a bad episode. I'm just saying that it's a confusing episode to start season 2 off with. I think it would have been nicer if, say, for the first episode, we followed Lucy a bit more on her journey in this episode. Um, it would have been a lot more enjoyable for me. I mean, Lucy is a great character, and Ella Purnell is great at that in the role. But I mean, it makes sense that they want more characters to have a bigger part because obviously, in the entertainment industry, if a show fails or some that's an entire cast out of work. It's similar to having people on a contract to be in a show, and then you show them 2 or 3 times in a season. That's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you can have them in the show, throughout. Um, so yeah, uh, I don't know what you guys think, but I liked it. I didn't enjoy it that much, but I hope we get a lot more going forward. I just think they didn't use Lucy enough in this episode. I feel that they should have, taken advantage of the main character because, in my view, Lucy is the main character. She was in the first season. So I hope that they're not kind of pushing her aside to allow other characters to take her place. Because I think that would be cruel. And and a shame. Uh, but yeah, we'll see how this goes. We'll see. Hopefully, it will get better. Now, as I said, I will watch it at least once, maybe twice before the weekend, and we'll get on with that. And yeah, it was a great birthday present. Thank you very much, Amazon Prime. I really enjoyed my birthday present. But but yeah. So until next time, guys, stay safe, take care, and may the Schwartz be with you always.